ये स्मूथली नहीं शुरू हुआ और ऐसा लग नहीं रहा कि ये
वर्ल्ड
उतना
कप है।
उतना स्मूथ जाएगा ये वर्ल्ड कप जितना यूजुअली जाता है।
Yeah, yeah, Rohan, you're right. I'm also getting the same kind of feeling ki boss, something has gone wrong somewhere. So Hasaranga has said yesterday that no, this is not a good wicket for T20 cricket.
हम्म।
Just imagine on this track, yaar, you're struggling against that Thikshana and all these guys. Just imagine Afridi and Naseem Khan and Haris Rauf on this wicket will make people jump about. Yeah, so they'll have to. Something has gone wrong for sure, for sure.
ऐसा वेस्ट इंडीज वाले वर्ल्ड कप्स में ही क्यों होता है जतिन सर? मतलब 2007 में भी हमने देखा था, देयर वाज नॉट मच बज अबाउट द वर्ल्ड कप एंड टीम्स भी, ऑब्वियसली इंडियन टीम पहली बाहर हो गई थी तो थोड़ा काफी हद तक इंटरेस्ट भी लोगों का उससे भी खत्म हो गया था। बट
Yeah, yeah,
वो सक्सेसफुल नहीं बोल पाते जब वो वर्ल्ड वर्ल्ड कप वेस्ट इंडीज में होता है। आई डोंट नो व्हाट्स द रीजन। मे बी द टाइमिंग्स
yeah,
इज ऑब्वियसली वन ऑफ द मेन रीजंस कि वो रात को मैचेस होते हैं तो इंडियंस के लिए दिक्कत होती है। बट इंडिया
yeah,
के
yeah.
मैचेस अभी इस दैट्स व्हाई दे होल्डिंग द मैचेस इन न्यूयॉर्क, तो 8 बजे होगा। बट फिर स्टिल आई मीन देयर जस्ट यू सेइंग देयर समथिंग रॉन्ग, आई एम सेइंग देयर समथिंग मिसिंग इन दिस वर्ल्ड कप। आई डोंट नो व्हाट।
No, there is. Yeah, I think something missing is the right way. Maybe it will catch up after the India-Pakistan match. But somehow West Indies may, you even the level of service in the hotels or the staff, वो थोड़ा missing रहता है. I think the general population is also so laid back, that
या
they aren't really the ideal people for a service industry, basically. You know,
या
so तो थोड़ा एक है उन लोग में. But I don't know now. Tomorrow let's see what happens with Ireland. But this World Cup needs to kick off fast. Even when I was watching the game yesterday, the viewership numbers also were not big at all
या
for South Africa, Sri Lanka. Yeah, very small, very small.
Yeah, now let's talk about tomorrow's match, Jatin. What is the team you would suggest tomorrow? Because even Gavaskar is saying Rohit should open with Virat should open with Rohit.
Yes. I know everybody is saying that Virat should open with Rohit. I still stick to my batting lineup. But I think seeing the wicket, they might be tempted to play another seamer. Because originally I had said that the team would be Rohit, Jaiswal, Virat, Sky, Rishabh, Hardik, Jadeja. Then I said instead of Akshar, they might play medium pacer. So they might play Siraj, Bumrah, and Arshdeep, and then Chahal. So 8, 9, 10, 11 will essentially be your bowlers.
Yashasvi Jaiswal didn't open with Rohit Sharma. Sanju Samson opened in the warm.
Hmm. Hmm.
But again, with Sanju Samson, पता नहीं क्या उसके साथ प्रॉब्लम है। Whenever he is playing for India and जितने भी opportunities मिले हैं, he has just not been able to grab them. Again, he failed.
Yeah. Yeah. Was Shivam Dubey in the 11?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Shivam Dube was there. He scored, I think, 14 or 15 runs, but not at run a ball. So he was also
Yeah.
struggling. He was also
Yeah.
struggling to find the ball.
Yeah, we discussed na Rohan ki they'll play both Sanju and Dubey because just to give them a feel of what it is like to, both of them have played for India before, but they've not played for India for the last couple of years, I think. So
Yeah.
just to give them a feel for what it is like to walk out with the 11, they would have given them this opportunity. But I still feel that Jaiswal will open. And the only toss up for tomorrow's match will be that they will almost certainly go in with one extra medium pacer. So originally, what I was saying that the Jadeja, Akshar, and Chahal will play. I feel now Siraj, Bumrah, Siraj, Bumrah, and Arshdeep will play with Hardik as the fourth seamer. Hardik as the fourth seamer plus Jadeja, and then I have a feeling that seeing the wicket, they will want to go a little defensive and play Akshar and leave Chahal out because it didn't spin a lot yesterday. It just seemed, and when it's not spinning a lot, and you have a toss up between somebody like Chahal who can't bat at all and Akshar, who can definitely bat at number 8, they will probably go a little more defensive minded and play Akshar at number 8. Uh, and then 9, 10, 11 will be Siraj, Bumrah, and Arshdeep. So
And
they'll go with 4 seamers for tomorrow, including Hardik.
and you're saying they should open with Rohit and Jaiswal.
Yeah, Rohit, Jaiswal, the same batting order. Virat, Sky, Rishabh, and Hardik, and then Jadeja. 7 Jadeja.
Yeah, also, I mean, your point makes a lot of sense also because I think Ireland को हम लोग हल्के में भी नहीं ले सकते. बड़ी बड़ी टीम्स को हराया उन्होंने, इंग्लैंड को, पाकिस्तान को बहुत बारी हराया है, तो उनकी बैटिंग ऑर्डर भी काफी स्ट्रॉन्ग है. So, looking at that, don't you think they should go for an extra spinner instead of a seamer because Ireland won't be that used to spin bowling than fast bowling?
Yeah, you have a point, but just the wicket, if it was, I don't think the wicket will change a lot over the next 2 3 days because they will use a different plot than
Yeah.
the earlier pitch, and that plot will be a fresh plot. So the ball will seam. So I think in New York you will see that India will play 3 fast bowlers plus Hardik plus 2 spinners because even though Ireland might be weak against spin, uh, this flying formation will be important because this is the team, this is the combination which will play against Pakistan. Because yeah, just because of the sheer nature of the pitch, there's just too much happening. I saw the pitch yesterday and I was like, oh my god, what has happened? It clearly looked an underprepared wicket, and these wickets are very dicey. You just have to keep a steady line and length, and the pitch does everything else. So guys like Hardik, even Arshdeep, even Siraj, they're all guys who attack the stumps, and they will be a handful. Bumrah, I'm not mentioning because Bumrah on any wicket is going to trouble you. But yeah, so I think they will go in with these 4 seamers, including Hardik.
But Jatin, like you were saying the last time, drop in pitches का जो concept होता है, ये ऑस्ट्रेलिया में बना. ऑस्ट्रेलिया से ये शिप होके फ्लोरिडा आया. फ्लोरिडा में 4 महीने they prepared the pitch and then they put it on the stadium here in New York. So obviously they would have tested it somewhere, the pitch, before putting it in the stadium. So what changed? Did the conditions change in New York? That is why the pitch is behaving like this, or the pitch itself changed from Australia to US during that journey and that duration?
Yeah, I don't think the external circumstances have anything to do with it, i.e., the weather, I don't think has anything to do with it. The pitch just doesn't look settled enough. It's just too crabby kind of a surface where it already, some pitches, when you see them only, you feel, oh God, this is not going to be a great pitch to bat on. It just looked like one of those. Just doesn't look right. It just looks like a typical, I've played in the US before. It looks like one of those, fields wherein suddenly there's a pitch on that field and anything can happen there.
Just like what Ravid said.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel something's gone wrong in the preparation in the greenhouse. When it was in the greenhouse over the last 3 or 4 months, and maybe you can research a little bit where it was in Florida and stuff. But something has gone wrong there because those greenhouses are all temperature controlled and humidity controlled and that kind of stuff. Uh, but sometimes it also makes a difference to a pitch uh, as to what water you give that pitch. That there is a term which they use to test the water. In fact, we have an academy in Bandra which your team had come over that day. So we are relaying those pitches again. And the curator actually got that instrument to see the EA content in the water, which is electricity something it stands for. And if that is too high, then that water is not the right thing for your pitch. And that's why the rainfall is the best water for your pitch because that has a very low EA content. Like Mother Nature is the best kind of thing for your pitch. So I don't know if being in that greenhouse, it's not got any rain obviously over the last 3 4 months. Maybe that could be that could be something there. But we'll have to be very careful on how we put this out, because suddenly if the wicket gets better over the next 2-3 days, we'll get killed over it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what I was going to ask you. Are we getting worried too early? Is it just yeah, मतलब हो सकता है कि बाद में ठीक हो जाए
Yeah,
मामला.
like Rohan, like I said, as a cricketer, it just doesn't look comforting, that pitch. As a batsman, it doesn't look comforting. If you're a bowler, you will be overjoyed to have that pitch.
Okay, tomorrow's target. What do you think could be the target? Of course, the wickets are unpredictable, but what is the target which could be a challenging one?
I think on such a pitch, Joe, they will be keen on bowling first, and understanding exactly how many they need to get. Because when you have a unsure quantity like the pitch in your estimations, then you want to err on the side of caution.
Also the
So I
weather.
think they will. Also the weather, like we said, discussed last time, they're expecting some rain. So pretty sure they will bowl first. And then I don't think on such a pitch, Ireland will get more than 120, 130 against us. We'll have to then get them. But if the pitch is good, then it could be a different story. But I feel they will bowl first. Uh, they will want him to go safer against the as just you're going into a tournament. Joe, it's always you say, just to draw an analogy, if you're playing a first match, if you're debuting for the country as a batsman, you feel कि यार पहले fielding आनी चाहिए. कि I'll get used to the atmosphere a little bit. I'll kind of find my feet, and then when it's time to bat, I would have kind of experienced the atmosphere a little bit. So I think that's how a team thinks going into a tournament, especially on a pitch which is not looking great. They will not bat first. They will bowl first.
Who would be the pick of your bowlers among the bowlers?
I think I think Hardik on such a track will bowl superbly. So I think the seamers, I've picked Hardik to have a big tournament. I maintain that. Bumrah is somebody we don't need to talk about him. He's a legend in the making, if you ask me. You know, and so I think Hardik Bumrah will be great. Very, very important to see how Siraj bowls, because he did not bowl well in the IPL. I would have been tempted to actually, and I don't think we can say it, but I think I would have been tempted to go with Mohsin Khan, instead of Siraj, because Siraj just looked too wayward. And on such pitches, Joe, you need a disciplined approach to it, where you need to just stick to the basics, just try and bowl the ball there and thereabouts, and hope that the pitch does the rest.
So
It'll be
I'll tell you Siraj's figures in the warm up. He bowled 3 overs for 17 runs and took 1 wicket. Economy rate of 5.6.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. He needs to. So this is a pitch where you don't need to do anything. You just need to drop the ball.
He got a little bit of swing. He was getting.
That's his natural kind of pace. But for the bowlers, it's pretty much Joe, like how county bowlers will bowl. Just come in and bowl line and length. Just shut up and bowl line and length, and that's it. So I think India will focus on just keeping the ball there and thereabouts, and trying not to concede boundaries, because I don't think this is a wicket where you can step out and hit sixer after sixer. So if you protect your boundaries well, then you have a manageable total to defend, a manageable total to chase.
Warm up match में हमने देखा कि only the batters who came in and got settled, eventually they started hitting the ball. पहले तो
Exactly, and that's why you want to bowl first, because when you're batting first, you don't know how many to set. Because on such a pitch, and you try to go a little fast and heavy, and you suddenly lose 3 or 4 wickets like Sri Lanka did, and you're screwed after that. So it's better to know how much you need to get. So toss will be important in tomorrow's match.
But I think a fair idea to मिल ही गया on what is a good score, because India scored 182. They won by 60 runs.
Yeah.
कल श्रीलंका 77 पे ऑल आउट हो गया. तो सेकंड टीम इज गेटिंग आउट अंडर 100 एंड इन्होंने 182 बनाया था वार्म अप मैच में. So I guess that 160 to 180 का score range would be a decent total, probably a winning total on this surface.
160, 180 would be a fabulous total on this track.
Yeah.
Yesterday the commentators were saying that even 120, 140 could have been a good total for Sri Lanka to defend. But yeah, I think this is a different cup of tea. It's not going to be a run of the mill T20 wicket.
So toss will be a crucial thing tomorrow.
Extremely crucial. If all things stay the same, that the wicket stays how it is, toss will be the most important thing all throughout these next 6 or 7 days for India.
Now, Jatin, I have a very important question for you. थोड़ा सा tricky भी है. What is India's weakness in this turn going into the tournament? कहाँ आपको लग रहा है कि टीम यहाँ पे they might struggle? Because
think
हमने
over now-
India World Cup देखा, उसमें तो they went all the way to the finals and सब कुछ सही चल रहा था, and then suddenly that one match and everything went off. But इस सीरीज में हमें क्या लग रहा है आपको?
I think over Rohan, over number 7 to 11, what strike rate we maintained from the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 5 overs of those 20 overs, we need to go much faster than 100, 110. Traditionally and you can dive a little bit into the numbers, but I think we are at about 80 or 90 strike rate at that time. The big teams like England are going at 140, 150, 160. So these how we keep accelerating from over 7 to 11 is going to be very crucial, because I'm very confident that the three guys which are Sky, Sky, Hardik, and Jadeja will make and Rishabh will make the most of those last 5 or 6 overs. But it's what happens in just after the power play is very, very important. It's going to be crucial. If you ask me, this is going to be where the tournament will be won or lost.
But do you think they'll play Jadeja and Akshar both? Like you were saying that you would prefer Akshar ahead of Chahal because of his batting abilities, but bowling may is similar to Jadeja. So do you think both those two could work together?
Yeah. In the Caribbean, they will surely, you will see at least a couple of games where Akshar and Jadeja play together. Because those wickets, they are a little sticky, Rohan. The ball kind of sticks a little bit. And Akshar, if you go around the domestic circuit today in India and ask, or even if you go around the IPL circuit and say who is one of the toughest spinners to hit for a six, Akshar Patel's name will come out pretty quickly from most of the guys. Because he's got the bounce and it's tough to hit a tall guy. So you will see him playing along with Jadeja at least 2 or 3 games, if not every game in the Caribbean. Now, if this wicket had been flat, for example, I would have said Akshar will play here as well. So I feel India will go in with some depth with Akshar at number 8 as a batsman also. So it gives a very good team, but I think over number 7 to 11 is super critical for India.
And also because Akshar is he doesn't flight the ball too much. I mean, he keeps it quite fast and straight. तो इसीलिए शायद उसको और भी छक्का मारने में difficulty होती होगी.
Like that, when you're tall, now as it is, it's very tough for you to flight the ball. Your arc is always downward, and he keeps it in the stump. So if you miss, he hits. And very, very experienced guy. Now, how many years has he been playing the IPL? So super experienced guy, very cool guy, brilliant fielder. Checks all the boxes for me.
And he's also been in great form with the bat. For Delhi Capitals, he was in very good form in this IPL.
Yeah, he is a very good selection in the 15.
And Ireland, looking at Ireland, where do you think they are obviously very strong with their batting. Their bowling is probably not as strong as their batting. Their fielding is again very good. And they have caused some really big upsets in World Cup especially. So obviously lightly to ले नहीं सकते उनको हम लोग.
I think Ireland will bowl well, Rohan, because they, Ireland, England, Scotland, these are all guys who play in the English County Championship, where the ball does a bit, so their entire psyche, their entire DNA as bowlers, as seamers, is just to keep the ball there and thereabouts and let the wicket do the rest. Because in England, in Scotland, in Ireland, you get swing, you get seam, and this wicket is very similar, to that. So they are suited to bowl on a wicket like this, where their entire psyche is to कि भाई मैं कुछ ट्राई नहीं करूंगा, मैं आउटसाइड ऑफ स्टंप रखूंगा एंड आई विल बोल माय 24 बॉल्स देयर. तुझे यार जो करना है वो तू कर ले, स्टेप आउट होना है स्टेप आउट हो, मारना है मार, डिफेंड करना है डिफेंड कर, आई विल डू माय जॉब. So I think they will bowl well on this track, but I think they'll struggle against our seamers from a batting perspective.
Now, let's talk about विराट कोहली a little bit. उसने वार्म अप मैच नहीं खेला because obviously वो सबसे लेट आया था न्यूयॉर्क में. He needed time to acclimatize to the conditions and everything. उसके strike rate को लेके there has been a lot of talk, and you're saying that those middle overs between 7 to 11 will be very important. Do you see him playing in the same vein that he played for RCB in this IPL, or does he need to accelerate a little bit? Or he needs to
No, I think
change anywhere, according to you?
I think Virat is surrounded by big hitters basically. So right from Rohit to Jaiswal to Sky to Rishabh to Hardik, he's surrounded by big hitters. But he will not take a backward step if he feels that a certain ball has to be hit for six. But on this wicket, expect him to be a little careful to start off with, because he will have one eye on the total while chasing, if we are chasing, and one eye on, if we are batting first, one eye on the fact that we should not go too hard too soon if the wicket is doing something. So I think that's where I feel, he, Rohit are very important players to have, because these are the guys who are so experienced that immediately they know कि boss ये wicket पे क्या करना है, what will be a good total batting first, what will be a good approach batting second. So I think very important selections, and he the way the wicket is playing, he'll take his time on it.
No, obviously my question was not towards the chasing side, because उसमें तो उसका कोई वो है ही नहीं, मतलब उससे better player कोई है ही नहीं. So he is the perfect one to judge कि कितना मारना है, कब मारना है, क्या करना है chasing के time. This was only while batting first. So that you've answered. You see who as the trump card for India in this World Cup, or maybe the first few matches. Let's say the first 4 matches.
So like I said, I feel Jaiswal will play, and Jaiswal is a very very big trump card for us, because that left hand right hand combination in a T20 game is very disrupting for bowlers, and Jaiswal is a guy who can hit all around the park. I just hope he starts off well. I think this tournament will be big for Jaiswal, or Jaiswal is the key for India, if you ask me.